Good morning, everybody. It's Mike with smartoptiontrading.com. It's Thursday, the 16th of August. This is your morning setups. So, definition of summer chop. This is it, guys. This market is very, very tough right here. It's screaming risk down, although, it doesn't look bad, but we're getting a lot of back and forth choppy type action. So if you look at the last couple of days on the SPY, right now we're getting a big gap up and we're almost back to, the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday highs. I'm sorry. Yeah, the Monday, Monday, Tuesday, I'm sorry, the Tuesday, Monday, Friday highs here. And what's really going on is this market is just typical summer stuff. The big traders are out. The algos take control. You have the lower level traders that trade manning the trade desk. The big guys are out in the Hamptons, and we read everything to run amok. So, and this is typical type August trade. So now this morning, the news out is that China and the United States are going to have low level talks for the first time in 2 months. That you can see the futures here were flat, 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 flat. We'll go right to the ES. That news broke that China was sending an envoy to the U.S. later this month, right here, and boom, up we go, pop, right there. And then we're just basically going sideways here, grinding around. This is very, very typical type action that we get here in the markets when we're coming in. So let's look at a couple of things, and we'll go to our overnight stuff. So first of all, overnight, you see what the futures did. Crude, major breakdown yesterday, lost that important level that we were holding, bouncing a little off the 200-day here. It's taken the energy sector with it, bigger builds than expected. We'll see what the rig count brings us tomorrow. Bonds here. Why can't I think of the bonds here right now? I'm losing my mind. Let's just do gold real quick. Bonds are ZB. I'm just losing it right today. Gold here coming down yesterday, broke down again. A little bit of a reversal yesterday, reverting back into the Bollinger Band, but I think, again, I see no love for that. Bonds, which were going up the last couple of days, should be cooling off here a little bit. Nothing major, but cooling back off a little bit in here. And, Bitcoin continues to be what it is, waiting for news on whether they're going to get their ETFs or not. All right, so all this comes back to today. We look at a couple sentiment charts real quick, right? And we come in here and we want to look at sentiment. We post these for you guys every night. The put to call scream back into people getting too blared up. All right, we like it when it gets down here. Usually a sign that we're going to reverse. It's been very, very quick whippy lately. This market tends to bull up very, very fast. The oscillators drop back down again, back to negative 86. This action is going to really whip these things around. We're going to bounce hard again today if we don't hold, if we don't sell back off. Same thing with the NYMOT. So the good news is they're both nice and negative. The bad news is this gap up is going to send them reeling back in the other direction. So really, when we look at the SPY right now, we're right around 283. And we are trading just off of 283.20, just off the tops here of this range. So all of yesterday's gap down and damage has already been undone. You can say we got a nice tail here, right? Nice reversal here and back up. So what does this mean for us today? For today, to the upside, to do anything, we got to break this 283, 84 area. I can close above it and go look for a gap fill to this 285.07. All right, we've had this gap sitting here now since Friday's gap down. Right, 3 candles in a row, touched it, couldn't push much into it, and pulled off of it. So that's your upside today, would be first to the gap, which we're right at, and then if we can, we could go in and fill this gap, and then obviously start looking to take out the 286.01 and make a run at that all-time high of 286.63. Back to the downside today. First of all, you're right on your 8-day. You're just above it right here. If you're going to get weak, you'd like to try to hold the 21-day into the close, which we kind of did yesterday. It's sitting here at 281.78-ish. So it's right on it. And your 280 area remains your line in the sand. This area becomes very, very important area for the market to hold. And your 50-day is moving up at 278.51. Excuse me, guys. Sorry, I think my daughter gave me a cold. A little sneeze there. All right, so that's your important start moves for the day. So what am I looking for today? Big gap ups or gap down. Big gap ups are typically hard. You're gonna have to decide whether these are chaseable or not. What I would do today is there's some clues, and I would look to the strong names. So Apple here up huge pre-market, right? Already up, new all-time high pre-market running. Keep an eye on this. This is a big area. This 212 area, if it has to be able to push and hold it. right? So if it cannot push through and hold 212, it's going to signify it may have hit its wall. It could also be there, this is where they want it for OPEX. Remember that we have options expiration this week. They're moving a lot out. I would keep an eye on Netflix today. There were a lot of call buying in it yesterday, specifically the weekly 335s. Could be a nice quick move to get up to there. So I'd keep an eye on Netflix as well and stick with the strong names. And by that, I mean, Square had a big down day yesterday, but I'd watch this one, held the 8-day. I know that's an ugly candle. That's a engulfing bearish candle, gapping up already over a buck here this morning, but it's a name that they like. I'd see if I can run it back towards that 275 area on here today. JD earnings were not good. They guided light, but they're bouncing back here. So I would keep a little bit of an eye on JD to see if this one wants to try to get up and go. Right, BABA might be in play today. With the China news, it's extended to the downside. It's already up, what, $5? 5+. Not quite. I'm sorry. Where to close at? My bad. Right here. Closed at 169. So it's up a couple bucks. This thing can move. So I would look for a move. It's basically filled yesterday's gap down here at this point. Can it try to get up into the 8-day up around 175? Keep an eye on BABA today. AMD has been strong. This is one of the food chip names they love. This is the name I made a little bit of money on in the first 7 minutes or so yesterday. I'd keep an eye on it here. It's just tight, but it's holding the 8-day, right? Look at this. Since this gap move up here, it's holding the 8-day. I would keep an eye on AMD. It looks good. NVIDIA reports tonight. It may try to run. Careful with options, but I would consider scalping with 100 or 200 shares for a couple buck ride up to that 264 area. Micron, I just don't know. That was an ugly breakdown yesterday. They may try to give it a little bit of relief bounce here. I'd be careful with that one. Roku has been strong. Roku, since earnings yesterday, finally tagged the 8-day and held it. Now it's an area to start looking at it. As long as we hold here, I like Roku for long term. I also saw reports that a lot of funds added to it last quarter, so I'd keep an eye on this one. And Boeing. Boeing, with the news of China talks all the way off the 200-day, was a great spot yesterday if I wasn't paying attention to it. I'm looking at next week's 350 calls. It got a huge point upgrade to 516 this morning at UBS. So, this thing could really start to move today if everything aligns correctly. So I like some of these names to the long side. I love EA still. More buying in that one yesterday. They keep coming after that one as well. Right? Another, into weakness. They continue to buy those January bull risk reversals, selling puts to finance a call spread, right? And it's a very wide call spread. So I like what we're seeing there, and I will continue to. I'm in some of those options, and we'll continue to look to add to them. I'm also in common that I'm sitting in. Outside of that, guys, yesterday wasn't much to make from the flow, and really today I would look to see where they set up. Watch for the names they come for. Watch to see what they want to do. Tomorrow we have OPEX, so I always have low expectations on a Friday with monthly options expirations because the mornings are generally very whippy. On top of that, it's summer and it's August. So, these are things you have to look at today and make up your mind what you like, what you don't like, what you want to play with and don't. The first thing you have to do here is make sure this market holds in, right? Chasing this gap. You don't want to just blindly chase and go after everything. You also don't want to just throw tons and tons of risk on here until you get some kind of confirmation. And it's summer, and I keep saying it's summer, and summer usually means choppy, whippy action. Are they going to try to break this out to new all-time highs? They could, but I think it's going to take actually talks for that to happen, not just the promise of upcoming talks. So maybe some substantial breakthroughs in those talks. So for today, we'll see. For everybody in my subscription, I'll be back live at 9 a.m. with you guys this morning. If you're not with me, smartoptiontrading.com, click on here, find out more. I offer real-time option flow where every morning I do a morning setups video. We go over open interest changes and important upgrades and downgrades. And then every night I do a recap video talking about the best flow of the day, what looks good from a swing perspective. On Twitter, you get all the option flow throughout the day. You get news as it takes place, trades that I'm getting in and out of, or I like, commentary, and I'm live throughout the day, usually about 2.5, 3 hours. If you're looking to learn how to trade better or looking for somebody to look at some of your trades for you, you can click on online mentoring to request more information. I hope you join me. Everybody have a great day and good trading.